In this video, we'll review how to change a circuit board in a TLM03 style sensor. First step is make sure that you have the new circuit board, a set of batteries, and the old sensor that you're dealing with. Start by removing the cap from the sensor itself, and inside you will see the circuit board and a battery holder. If there are any batteries in the battery holder, make sure that you pop them out at this time. We don't want any power there when we're disconnecting things. We're going to take the unit out and we'll note the orientation of the wiring for this connector that goes into the case. The blue wire should be towards the outside of the board. You'll also notice that on some of these older boards, the battery pack itself loops over top of this and then back underneath the connector. That way it avoids pinching the battery wires when you put this back into the case. For now, take the battery pack over to the side and gently work this connector loose from the case, freeing the board. At this point, you will see that there is a chip on there labeled Zigbee. It will either look like this, or if it's a newer design, it will look slightly different, but it still has the general form factor. You're going to take this chip. Notice that right now you can't see any gold connections along the side. We're going to gently wiggle this out until it is free. We'll set the old board aside. We'll pick up the new board. Lining these gold pins up with this set of sockets, gently put them in place. Turn it sideways to make sure that you can see that all of the pins are lining up correctly, that you're not off by one in either direction. And then gently push it down until it's seated and you can see no more gold pins in the side. With this design, you can see that the battery pack actually goes through the hole into the back, so there's no need to worry about pinching it. So, we now take this, remembering that the blue wire goes to the outside. We insert that onto the pins and push it until it is solid. And you can see no more gold pins sticking out there. Then we're going to gently fold this back to the underside and push this in to the case, just making sure that it's fully seated in there. At that point, we can take our 4 batteries and put them into the battery holder. 1, 2, 3, and then turn this around so that we can see the LED when we put the 4th one in, and we should see an LED light up right there. And there you go. Take this with the battery wires facing down, gently wiggle it into place, and then you can screw the cap back on. Making sure that when we're done, there's no bulging out of the gasket. So that's there, and there's no gap at the top of the gasket. If there is, you can always place a wrap of electrical tape around the top of this gasket here to act as a secondary seal. At that point, if you need to change the serial number because you've changed the chip, you would go ahead and replace this serial number right here.